And then finally, every successful campaign that I've been involved in for the last 35 years comes down to organization. We can keep this within the margin of error, and I believe that we're within an extra point or a field goal nationally. I think the polls are wrong. I think that's how close this is. Our internal tracking gives us a good reason to believe that this is a very close election. Then you make the difference. It goes back to this first race I was in the 1960s. When you ask people to vote, and when you do it neighbor to neighbor, and when you know what they're concerned about, you're going to get them to vote. A lot more than someone from the outside or some phone bank from some other place from here, or these thousands of television commercials are going to get them to vote. It's neighbor to neighbor. This is the time that people make up their mind. A lot of people don't decide. They're not like us. They've not been in politics all the time. They don't decide until the end. And when they go into that voting booth, we want them to think about who is best to serve this country. This is for the leader of the free world. This is the person who's going to be the commander-in-chief, who's going to have a lot to do with what kind of nation that we have going forward. And that's why I'm convinced that people are going to vote for John McCain and Sarah Palin on election day. I think we've got all the elements. We've got an organization of millions strong nationally. Yesterday, we made over 1 million calls. We've made over 24 million calls so far nationally. People like you all over this country have done that. We're 50% ahead of where we were 4 years ago at the same time. We've identified on these VoIP phones that you're using, I hope you like those. We invested some money to get those. We have identified 600% more in this election than we did the last election. So as Joanne told you, the Democrats have a good organization, and they think they're going to win. They're overconfident, actually. They're already planning the inaugural. People don't like that. You can't measure the drapes in the Oval Office before you're ready. So that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. We're going around talking to people. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you personally. I appreciate what you're doing. John McCain appreciates what you're doing. And Sarah Palin appreciates what you're doing. Let me stop just for a second and see if you have any questions of any of us. One of the things I've learned from Senator McCain and campaigning with him is you should always do a town hall. Yes.